Since the election, stocks soaring, consumer confidence rising, small business optimism leaping, and the Fed predicting a stronger economy is coming. So why are so many liberals and the media still warning about a Trump presidency? Hi, everybody. I'm Dagen McDowell in for Brenda Butner. This is Bulls and Bears. The Bulls and Bears this week, Gary B. Smith, Jonas Max Ferris, John Layfield, along with Hadley Heath Manning and Jessica Tarlov. Welcome to everybody. John, what do you say?
I say that they're wrong and they're mad about it. I think that's what it is. Look, the media that is out there, I think, has a personal bias against Donald Trump, but they certainly are mad about the fact they're wrong. It's like the sports reporters. You know, those guys think that sports exists because of them, not that their job exists because of sports. They have it exactly backwards. Can you imagine when President Reagan was elected, you had about an 8% bump after the month after he got first elected, before he got inaugurated? If people would have gone then and said, oh, this is a Jimmy Carter bounce. That is exactly what's going on right now. It's absolutely insane. One thing has changed, and that was Donald Trump got elected, and you have a business-friendly, at least perceived, administration, and that's why the stock market is rallying.
Hadley, you have home builder sentiment up at 11-year high. You have a small business gauge of sentiment jumping the most it has since late 2009. Consumer confidence is up, and the media, they hate it.
That's right. Well, this is the most wonderful time of the year for consumption. But when you ask small business owners what their biggest concerns are, they frequently mention government regulation, they mention employee health care, and they mention compliance with the tax code. So there's got to be a lot of hope among small business owners that we're going to see those issues addressed, not just by the Trump presidency, but by the Republican-controlled Congress working together to solve some of those problems.
Gary B., these are the job creators who are optimistic. It is investors who are optimistic, and the media, they can't get on board with it. Who's right?
Well, I definitely don't think the media is right, and here's the problem, Dagen. They're going to double down. I mean, look, he has been thoughtful in his cabinet picks, whether you agree or not. He's certainly picking bright, successful people. He's tried to reach out to all classes. He certainly hasn't played the class warfare card. He wants to shrink government, which I think every president has done, but at least he's now putting in people that, you know, want to shrink the Department of Energy, want to shrink the Department of Education. I mean, my gosh, the guy is charismatic. Whether you like his tweets or not, he gets it out there, and he's trying to be as honest as he can about his opinions. This is a guy who could literally walk on water, and the press would say he can't swim. I mean, the press hates them because the only thing they have going for them, because they generally don't get paid a lot, is they have to be right. And my gosh, as John has pointed out in the past and others have, they got this election wrong, but boy, they are going to bring Trump down if they possibly can, so at the end they can say, look, I was right, which is, it's really, I think, terrible for the U.S., terrible for the average citizen out there.
The optimism, Jessica, can actually lift an economy. If people feel better about the future,
is absolutely true, yeah.
Then it can actually cause an economy to grow quicker.
Well, because they have that extra money that Barack Obama got them in their pockets, and now they're going to go out and spend it. Or at least that's the theory I'm going with.
Except that wages didn't grow
they
for
did
most
grow.
of
It was
barely during the last 8 years.
For the low and the middle. Anyway, listen, I'm excited about this. I think it's great, especially at Christmas time, for people to be feeling good about it. Studies are showing that consumer confidence is obviously way up. That is split along partisan lines, and that is important to remember. That might be liberal sour grapes or whatever it is. But there is a split there, and Donald Trump has to be the president for all Americans, even us communists over here. And I would like to thank John Layfield for that Jimmy Carter bounce line, which I will be using regularly now moving forward.
Jonas, the S&P 500, those companies have added about $1 trillion in market value, which indicates that investors are looking down the road ahead, the road paved by Trump, and they like what they see.
Well, they added over 10 under the previous administration. So, I mean, that figure is just a few weeks into it.
I'm talking about a few weeks, buddy.
Okay, well, it did that in a few weeks in 2009 after the March of 6th bottom, I believe. But that's another story. I will say that there's kind of a wash here for everybody that's optimistic now. There's somebody who is now pessimistic. And those people, whether it's the media or their readers, are about to make the same mistake that all the anti-Obama people made. A lot of people sat around in cash for 8 years now in commodities, waiting for America's declinism to set in, thinking Obama was going to destroy the economy and the stock market. They missed out on the greatest bull market in one of the histories of presidencies. And now the other side is about to make the same mistake and think that the policies of this administration are going to lead to doom and destruction, the decline of America and everything. And they're going to sit it out and possibly miss 8 years of maybe not as good a period in the market because we came off a very big low and we're at a higher valuation now, but certainly nothing to be avoided and sit out in cash and hide waiting for us to go to the end. So I think you really need to not think your politics are so important and let it cloud your opinion on investing or what the economy is going to do, because ultimately the policies of these white administrations aren't as important as you think they are.
John, do you worry that the media and that negativity and that pessimism can actually talk down people feeling good and hurt the economy in the process?
No, because I don't think anybody listens to them anymore. They obviously, they don't. I mean, it used to be when you saw something in the New York Times or you saw something in your local newspaper, you believed it. Now I don't think people believe it, and I think for very good reason. At best, they're skeptical, and I think that's good. It's also bad because it's led to a lot of fake news being out there, but that also adds to the fact that no one believes the media anymore. Look at what they said about Trump. What we're doing in America is not working. It has not worked since the late 90s. You saw the debt double under President Bush. You saw it double under President Obama. Food stamps, which goes one-on-one with poverty, has almost tripled since 2000. The middle class has been destroyed. I don't know if President-elect Trump is going to be a great president. I don't know if his cabinet is going to work. But I know what we were doing was not going to work. And I think that's why the market, and I think that's why America has optimism right now.
Well, and Gary B., that's also why Hillary Clinton lost in part. But we haven't had an economy in any one calendar year that grew faster than 3% during the entire Obama administration.
I totally agree with you. This is, what Jessica was saying points out, and, we love Jessica on the show, but it's just delusional thinking to think, oh, my gosh, thank Obama for all the money we have. The average family out there, adjusted for inflation, has less money now. Why do you think vast portions of the country voted for Trump? I mean, Obama was so great, and basically Hillary was Obama. Wait, let me finish, please. And they thought, and Hillary was basically Obama, too. Then they go, my gosh, I'm feeling so good that I'm going to vote in, this Obama clone. No, that was not the case. That's why Trump won, for crying out loud. I think the economy right now is at best tepid. I think people are looking at Trump to restart things and they want it changed. That's hopefully what we're going to get.
There's plenty of data out there that shows that people who rank the economy as their #1 issue actually ended up backing Hillary Clinton. So I take your point and I adore you, but I don't agree with it, and I don't think that I'm delusional, certainly on any planet.
So you think the vast portion of this country thought the economy was pretty good?
I think that the vast portion of this country voted for change. I do believe that. Hillary Clinton was running as a third term of Barack Obama.
What would they want to change?
I let you finish. Let me finish. Yes, people vote with their pocketbook. It's the economy, stupid. I get it. I'm just saying that things in the last year, certainly in the recovery, and looking at all of it, when you have over 15 million new jobs, when you have a stock market that has almost tripled, people are feeling better than they did. And for you to discount the progress that we got under Barack Obama and just give it all to Trump is absurd.
Gary,
I'm not giving any kudos to Trump yet, for crying out loud, but I sure don't think that the economy was great under Obama. In fact, it was horrible. The unemployment rate, you keep pointing out that number, it hasn't even kept up with the population growth. That's why we have, people out there where the total unemployment is still at about 10%.
Final word, Gary. Thank you so much.